everybody! Welcome back to Cooking with Victory with our amazing aprons. Today we're going to go through some exciting and interesting things that you could cook on your grill. It's a little rainy today, so we're going to cook on our grill pans. So we have a few interesting and different ideas for you guys to try on your grills today.
Yep, so it is grilling season. It's getting there, and we're going to try to think outside of the box. A lot of times people do the same things on their grill over and over. Meat, veggies have become a little bit more. People are roasting vegetables a lot on their grill, but we're going to think a little bit outside of the box and do some fruits and some different vegetables than you might think of.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. One of my very, very favorite things to grill is avocados. So what I've done is I've just cut my avocados in half, took out the pit, and then I just squeezed a little bit of lime juice on and some salt and pepper. And I'm just gonna put them on my hot grill pan. It's been on for a couple minutes now, it's screaming hot. Just upside down to get those nice grill marks. And they don't take very long, just a few minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and get those on.
Perfect. This is a great thing to do with avocados. Sometimes you get them at the grocery store and they're not quite ripe. So they're not ready to do something like a guacamole or something like that for, but grilling them softens them a little bit. So it's something you can use a little bit harder and more firm avocados for. They actually stay in their skin a little bit better that way.
And there's so many different things that you can do with them. You can, so today I'm gonna show you how to just put a little bit of pico in the middle. I have a little scooper. I'm gonna scoop some of the middle out so that I can fill it a little bit more, but we're gonna just do some pico in there, and then we're gonna talk about how you can add different toppings to the inside. You can even add an egg, which we're also gonna do, and then bake it in the oven to have like a little egg cup, which is super fun. My kids really like doing that.
Yes, that's really great.
So that's fun. There's lots of different things you can do. It would be amazing to add the salsa verde chicken with mangoes that I meal prepped a couple weeks back into these avocados, and then bake them again with a little bit of cheese on top, and then you make it a whole meal. So it just gives it a really different, unique flavor and just something different to do and add to your, your cooking repertoire for the week.
And again, we talk about when a lot of times people get, what should I bring to a party, things like that. These are super cute to bring with a little bit, like you said, guacamole or salsa in it with some chips and stuff, and have your guests eat out of the shell.
Yep.
So these are really easy and fun.
One of the next things that I'm going to do that I love to grill, especially in the summer, is pineapple. Couldn't be any easier, and it really brings out the flavor. And actually, grilled pineapple is so delicious in dishes. It just gives it a whole new depth of flavor. I love it in salads. I love it putting it with just fresh lime juice and cucumber. That makes an excellent just summer salad. So we're just gonna go ahead and get these on the grill too. These take no time at all also.
As those are grilling, so I really like, she said, grilling and heating up fruit brings out the sugars out of it. And you really get that sweetness out of the fruit that sometimes you don't get when it's just cold. I grill my pineapple before I make like a pineapple mango salsa or chutney that you can put on then grilled fish or fish tacos or any seafood. Like shrimp is really good with like a mango pineapple salsa with just a little bit of lime juice, but grilling it first gives it a little bit of different flavor and it brings out the sugars in it.
Yep, and it's so delicious.
Yes, very good.
Just, you can keep it simple. There doesn't have to be anything fancy, just like she said. A little bit of cilantro, lime juice, pineapple, top it over your fish. It just makes it absolutely delicious.
Yes. So while these are cooking, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I'm going to be grilling after these come off. I'm going to be grilling two different things, also a vegetable and a fruit. With St. Patrick's Day is coming up and it's right around the corner. Corned beef and cabbage is one of the main dishes and traditions of St. Patrick's Day, but today we're going to think about doing cabbage a little bit different. So we did post yesterday about the benefits of red and regular white green cabbage, and they're both amazing, right? So either one, whatever you prefer, is a great choice, but there's so many other things you can do with it rather than just having it in soups or having it with corned beef and cabbage, where some people don't like that kind of bland, mushy texture. Okay, so we're going to use it, and what I did was cut it into thick chunks, almost like you're going to say it's like a cabbage steak. So here is the ones I've cut up already, right here. So this is what they're gonna look like. Sometimes the leaves, you take the leaves, outside leaves off of the main cabbage, and then you cut it into thick chunks, just like this. And it's okay if some of the leaves are kind of hanging off, don't worry about that. But you're gonna cut it into thick rounds like this, and we're gonna actually put a little bit of olive oil on it prior to putting it on the grill pan. And I will just use a misto or a mister and do that, and then salt and pepper. Then you're gonna grill it till it has the grill marks on both sides. These take a little bit longer depending on how thick you make your cabbage steaks. But again, not too long, but it really keeps that denser consistency instead of how usually cabbage is just kind of mushy and sometimes slimy. But it's gonna be a little bit denser. You can actually then cut into it like a steak. And on top, we're gonna do tomato and actually a sauce that I made with some Greek yogurt. So that's gonna be going on the grill pan next. And then the fruit I'm going to be grilling is a plantain. So here's the plantain. It looks very similar to a banana. Let me grab this. Looks kind of like a beat up banana, but it is a little bit bigger and they're very firm. They are not as mushy as a banana. They're thick. They're a little bit tough and porous, so you don't eat these raw. These are always something you usually would cook with. So we're gonna grill those today, and I'm actually gonna top those with a little bit of cinnamon sugar. And I made the cinnamon sugar mix with monk fruit sweetener and regular old cinnamon, and that's gonna bring that out. And bananas and plantains on the grill actually start to caramelize, which is delicious. And that's the sugars coming out from the inside, out of that fibrous tissue in the inside. And plantains have a lot of condensed sugars and carbohydrates in them because of their fibrous makeup. They stay kind of deep in there, and the grilling will bring that out.
They're great for desserts. Like if you need just a super easy dessert, just grilling these, topping them with something simple. You could even do like a fondue with these. You could make, you know, a little bit of melted chocolate chips and just have a dipping sauce there. Super easy and just delicious and nutritious dessert because they're so sweet.
Perfect. How are these coming?
They're almost done.
Okay.
Almost done too. You can start on this.
All right, so we have another grill pan, and I'm gonna throw some of this stuff on here. So the plantains are gonna go on right where the pineapple was.
And the pineapple, I'm just gonna finish it off super easy with a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of lime zest from my zester, and then just a drizzle of honey, and that's all I'm gonna do with it. And this is gonna be side dish for dinner tonight. So delicious, so easy, and again, you can chop it up and use it in different things. Salads, you can make it as a side dish. It would be great in quinoa, something like that, as a warm side dish. Just so many different ways to use it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just drizzle that. A little bit of lime juice. And where's the zester? A little bit of zest over the top. And some honey. And that's it. That's all we're gonna do with the pineapple. So delicious, looks beautiful. This would be lovely on just a large dinner platter. If you're having, you know, guests over, you could just grill tons and tons of pineapple laid on a large dinner platter, and then it's just got a really nice presentation. Smells delicious.
All right. You want to go through the avocados?
Check the avocados. Yep. Okay, avocados are done. I'm gonna grab this dish. So those are done. They turned out nicely. You just get the nice grill marks. They're nice and soft inside. What I do to some of them is I grab my cookie scoop that I use for almost everything, and I'm just gonna scoop out a little bit of the center of some of these guacamole or some of these avocados and just set aside the rest of that avocado that I'm scooping out for another use. And that way I have a little bit deeper well to fill with my other ingredients that I'm going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just to a couple of them. Some of them I'm just going to leave the way they are. But I just take out a little bit, set it aside. I took a little bit too much out of that one. That's okay. Okay. So then on the deeper ones, I'm going to go ahead and just take an egg. And of course you can use egg whites too, whatever works if you'd like to do this. And I'm just going to crack the egg into the middle of the avocado. And then I'm going to bake that in the oven. And I'm just going to top it with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then it's just going to make a nice egg cup in the oven. And it takes about 12 minutes, 12 to 15, depending on how set you like your egg. Again, these are great for breakfast. My kids like doing this for breakfast. Most of them like to just use the egg whites because it's a little bit easier, doesn't make quite as big of a mess. So there's that. And then the other way that I'm going to do the avocados is I got a little pico here, and this one has, I just put some black beans in it and some corn. So it's just tomatoes, onion, cilantro, a little lime juice, and then this one has black beans and corn in it. And then I'm going to fill the other avocados with that. Just fill in the centers. Okay. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of shredded cheddar down over the tops of those as well. And then I'm just going to pop those in the oven. So we have the stuffed with the pico de gallo and the cheddar, and then we have the 2 egg ones, and those are going to go in the oven. And again, the eggs ones are going to take 12 to 15 minutes depending on how set you like your eggs. And the other ones just until the cheese melts and you can pop them out. So that only takes a few minutes. So nice different things to do on your grill.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to be taking off the cabbage steaks now, and I'm going to talk about that for 1 second about what we're going to top those cabbage steaks with. So I have made a mixture here of plain Greek yogurt, and then what I'm going to add to it is I put a little tiny bit of garlic and salt and pepper in there, and then I'm going to just take a lemon, and I'm just going to put a little bit of zest with an easy, this is a zester. You're just going to zest some lemon into it. Put that in there. You're going to stir that up. I'm going to use this lemon. I'm actually going to cut it and actually put a little bit of the juice then right in there. Massaging a lemon first and kind of working with it a little bit will help the juices come out when you do squeeze it into a recipe. Sometimes it's a little frustrating. So I'm going to squeeze the juice right in there. That not only is for flavor, but it also makes it a little bit more like a sauce that you could drizzle over things. So I'm going to take those off, and then we're going to put that on top of the steaks with some thin cut tomatoes and some fresh Parmesan, shaved Parmesan and Asiago cheese blend that's right here. I'm going to put that on there as well. Other toppings you could do with these cabbage steaks is almost like a wedge salad where you could do some blue cheese, bacon, some really nice steak that's thin cut. You can make it almost like a wedge salad. You could do that with these. You can put other roasted vegetables on top and some goat cheese melted. There's really endless possibilities you can do with these as steaks.
You can do some shrimp on top and make like a play on a shrimp Caesar salad. So grilled cabbage with shrimp and a little bit of Parmesan over the top would be delicious, with a little bit of lemon just squeezed right over that. I posted a while back my version of a cabbage BLT. So it was cabbage, a very similar yogurt sauce with tomato and then grilled prosciutto on top of that. Delicious. I also grill cabbage a lot, and then I cut it into, just just like little ribbons, and then I grill some peas alongside it also, and then I do a little bit of grilled bacon or prosciutto on top of that, and then Parmesan cheese. So it's almost like a pasta and pea salad. It's really, really delish.
Okay, so here are the cabbage steaks, and those have just a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper so far. So now I'm gonna take this yogurt sauce, and I'm gonna put that on top. I'm gonna put one just thin slice of tomato right on there. And then I usually put a little bit more sauce on top of that tomato. And lastly, the Parmesan cheese. We're gonna put some of that on there. And there you go. So that is cabbage steaks. And you can also put some parsley and oregano and some thyme on there. That's really good, some rosemary. But these are really easy and awesome to do. So lastly, let's go back to those plantains, which I absolutely love. And I made the mixture of cinnamon and the monk fruit sweetener. I have,
Oh, we go.
yep, perfect. Monk fruit sweetener. This is the brand that I usually use. And then I just did cinnamon and sugar. And I used a little muffin, one of the silicone muffin cups, as something to put your seasonings in when you don't have a lot of little sauce cups around. These are really easy to use. So let me take these off. Spraying your plantains with coconut oil, using a mist of coconut oil, is also really good instead of olive oil because of the flavors, the sweetness it already has. You can also top these a little bit with some agave 5 or honey if you would like. But here are the plantains. Don't those look beautiful? And then I'm just going to shake some of this cinnamon sugar over. And there you go. Grilled fruit, delicious, and they're very, very, very nutritious for you. So putting some of these things on the grill versus just your normal everyday steak, chicken, zucchini, and mushrooms, try to think outside of the box. There's other fruits that are great. Pears and peaches are awesome
Peaches are great on the grill.
Bananas, you can actually grill bananas in the skin and in their peel. So get creative. There's not many things, especially fruit and vegetables, that you can't put on the grill that brings out some really good flavors.
They have great grill baskets if you want to grab one of those, and you can throw on asparagus and peppers all chopped up and ready to go, and then you just put it on your grill basket. It cooks right next to and alongside your chicken or shrimp or whatever you're grilling. Makes it super easy and convenient.
Perfect. All right. Well, hopefully we're going to get some warmer weather here for us that live in the Midwest soon, and we can actually be grilling outside, and we'll be doing some series for that too. But in the meantime, get a grill pan out. You can do, even if you don't have a full grill pan, try some of this even in a saute pan at home. Get it warm, get those sugars coming out of your foods, and see some different flavors. Also next week, be ready. We are going to be making some awesome coffee drinks and some comparisons.
Baristas over here.
Yes. So for those who love coffee and are missing some fun flavors, look out for that for next week. And make today a great day for a victory. Have a great day, guys.
Have a great day.
Bye.